Hello everyone, welcome to the Learner's Hub. In this video, we will be talking about direct method in language teaching and learning. Gwen had been one of the first of the 19th century reformers to attempt to build a methodology around observation of the child language learning. Sauver and others in the natural method argued that the foreign language could be taught without translation or the use of the learner's native language if meaning was conveyed directly through demonstration in action. According to Frank, a language could be best be taught by using it actively in the classroom, rather than using analytical procedures that focus on explanation of grammar rules in classroom teaching. Teacher must encourage direct and spontaneous use of foreign language in the classroom. And now, what is direct method? From the word direct, meaning it should be connected directly with the target language without translation into a native language. You can see in this illustration that the concept or the meaning of the targeted language should not be translated to the mother tongue. That is why there is an X here to the first language acquisition of a child means it should be eliminated when we use direct method in teaching targeted language directly to the concept. These natural language learning principles provided the foundation for what came to be known as direct method, which refers to the most widely known of the natural methods. Direct method, also known as the first one is the natural method. The natural method approach belongs to the tradition of language teaching methods based on the observation and interpretation of how learners acquired both first and second languages in the non-formal setting. And the second one is phonetical method. In this approach, teaching and learning focus on reading based on the letters of the alphabet and their associated sound. Children learn the shapes of the letters and the sounds they make to decode words that appear in the text. Anti-grammatical method. In this method, all reformers were vehemently opposed to teaching of a formal grammar and aware that the language learning was more than the learning of rules and the acquisition of the imperfect translation skills. Lastly, the reform method. The use of conversation text, phrase, and idioms, an inductive approach to the teaching of grammar. Teaching new meanings through establishing association within the target language rather than by establishing association with the mother tongue. Principles and procedures. Classroom instruction was conducted exclusively in the target language. Only everyday vocabulary and sentences were taught. Oral communication skills were built up in carefully graded progression organized around question and answers exchanges between teachers and students in small intensive classes. Grammar was taught inductively. New teaching points were introduced orally. Concrete vocabulary was taught through demonstration, objects, and abstract. Both speech and listening comprehension were taught. Correct grammar and pronunciation were emphasized. Direct method is aiming to build direct relation between experience and language, word and idea, thought and expression. Intends for students to learn how to communicate in target language. The assumption of learners is based on the assumption that learners should experience the new language in the same way as he/she experiences his/her mother tongue. In conclusion, direct method is one of the best methods in language teaching. The The direct method gives the students the ability to communicate quickly because she is encouraged to be creative during practice. It gives by far the widest range of capability to understand what another person says to you and in developing your capability to speak. This method of choice for instruction with a live trainer and where speaking and listening are the most important. We should always remember to teach the language, not about the language. Thank you for watching.